Okay, so I'm starting with a new project here, clean slate, and I'll kind of show you what I did to create the S4. I started by first inserting a canvas, which is this icon here. I go find it on my computer. Here it is. I open it. I need to put it on a plane. There are 3 planes. I don't know if I'm going to explain Fusion all that much. You should have kind of a working knowledge of Fusion, but anyway, I'll keep it somewhat simple. I want it on this plane, so I select it and I scale it so that I can see it a little better on this canvas size, and that's the size I like. So I hit I want to also place it well, so I'm going to move it down to here and over to here, so that the tip of the nose spinner is right on the center of the universe, and I'm happy. So I hit OK and I zoom in, and I kind of missed it a little bit, so let's edit the feature a little bit and bring it down so that it matches right there. That looks better. Okay, so there's our side view. So we're in 2D world, which is not our destination, but it's a start, and I'm going to choose a form, which is up here, the purple icon. Sometimes it's down in the create drop down, create form. Sometimes it's up here in the inventory, depends on how you've configured your workspace. Create a form, and I'm in form space. And this is like a small world that you kind of work in, and then when you're done with the form, you say I've finished my form. So it's a kind of taking a right turn and working in another way, and ultimately you get back to what I call body space, solid modeling, which is something printable. But you start here, and it's kind of like sketching. So I want a cylinder, so there's my cylinder icon, and I'm going to put it on this plane, and I'm going to put it dead center, and I'm going to make it about that big in diameter and about this long, about as long as the plane itself, and I like it. So let's add a few more diameter faces, which is over here. So this is, I don't know if you can see that. Let me zoom in a little bit. So diameter faces, you can keep adding how many you want. Too many, and you got too many, and you're always trying to edit too many vertices. So it's just the right amount. I like 10 there, and I'm going to need more height faces, so let's go up, 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 and there. So I like that, and I'm going to hit OK. Let's take a look at the side of our plane, and it's a pretty good lineup. Okay, so clearly not done. We are this is kind of like laying a chunk of clay down, and we're going to sculpt somewhat to our heart's desire. And when we think it looks like an S4, we're done. It's too low, right? So let's highlight all of those faces here, and you know what, actually no, I don't. Yeah, we'll move it for now. Okay, so modify, and you get your move, international move icon here, and we're going to go up to match the top of the plane, and we're kind of matching the bottom of the plane here pretty well. So we'll stay with that for now. Hit OK. Let's keep working in 2D space here and work on the back of the plane moving up. So match that there. Modify. Let's move it up. That kind of moves that there. I have too many things selected. I'm going to go here, just like that many. And I had to hit pause there because the trash truck was making a whole bunch of noise. Move this up a little bit here. Select a little smaller space here. Whoop. A little smaller space here. Move. No, I really don't like it's over selecting. There, that many. Good. And you can come up and you can see right in here I'm starting to match the plane's design. Highlight those. Move it up. Oh yeah, see I'm hitting it right here. And now this last little piece here. Move that up. This piece, move this up. And finally this one, move that up. And now we've matched that geometry. We're a little high here over the cockpit, so let's, in a similar way, let's move these down. Yep, good. Move this one here, down, like that. Cool. Now I've got kind of a line here that's kind of a little funky, so I'm going to use the control button to multi-select those edges. I'm going to move that down. One of the keys here, I'm going to zoom in on what this T-spline object is that you never want these lines to cross. Keep it simple. It actually doesn't stop you from doing stupid things like this. Is possibly stupid, I can't tell exactly, but it's crossing over and it can create like folds and edges, and that's bad. So try to stay away from that. Move this guy up just there. So kind of following the flow of the plane's design. Look at that. Okay, so we've done well in this view. We still have a lot of detail to do with the nose of the plane, but this area, it takes a considerable amount of work because the engine bumps are pretty complicated. But one of the things I can demonstrate here is trying to get this cylinder to kind of match the prop spinner. So I'm going to highlight that feature, part of the plane, and I'm going to change my view to be head on. And I don't really have a reference of the plane front view, which is probably something I could have done here, but I could have brought the front view of the plane and I could really see how I really need to match the nose on the plane. But I can scale it in this direction. I can scale it in this direction. You can see I'm starting to kind of recreate the circle. Now the center of the spinner is the center of the plane, center of the design. So if I just move this around and kind of get the circle to match the propeller kind of by eye, I think I'll be pretty happy. We can totally tune that out. I can make a circle somewhere and make sure that I'm not just eyeballing it. So not bad. I'll take a look at where we are, and not bad. We still got to do the engine bumps, but we're getting there. The back of the plane is way off, so let's take a top view and let's highlight all of those faces and scale them back like that. Let's just look through those, scale them back. Hello, highlight, scale this direction, scale this this, that, scale it back, scale this. Again, if I'd had the top view, I would have a better reference. So I'm just eyeballing this. Generally speaking, this is what we're dealing with. I think it gets a little bit smaller. Let's take a look at the back of the plane. If something bad has happened, I've got a alignment issue. The back of the plane is not the same as the front of the plane. I think I got a move command that I need to take a look at. The top of the plane. Top. Okay, what happened here? So I can kind of see that's in the middle. That's in the middle. All right, not that bad. So that's form editing in a nutshell. And when it got more complicated, now I'll go to the real model that I'm producing, which is over here, and you can see I've done a pretty good job, I think, with the engine bumps. Let me turn the canvases off so you can kind of see them without that distraction. So they're looking pretty good, but all I did is I was just editing points here to my heart's delight, and then I got to this point.